Hello out there in YouTube land. It's Ted E. Fame, formerly of Tony Williams Platters, from 1982 to 1992 until Tony's death. I'm the last member. I'm the last surviving member of Tony's last version of the Platters. Everyone else is gone. I was the youngest one in the group. When I joined the group, I was only 22 years old. So everybody was like 20, 30 years older than me. I think the youngest person in the group at the time when I joined was like 45. I am now, I just had a birthday last Friday. A week ago from today, I had a birthday. I am now the same age Tony was when he passed. I'm a, I just turned 64 years old, or when you get to my age, years young. You're looking at me. And as you can see, I look pretty damn good. I've been living healthy. Uh, I quit all the stuff that was detrimental to my health about 20 years ago. I stopped. Well, I stopped smoking. I used to be a heavy cigarette smoker, so I must have smoked for about 20, 30 years. I quit smoking officially in what 2009. I think 2009. So this is 2023. So it's been about 14 years since I had a cigarette. And I occasionally smoke some weed. I ain't gonna lie. I smoke some weed, but that's not tobacco. And there's no medical or scientific proof that marijuana is detrimental to your health. But we all know that tobacco is. So I'm just putting that out there. And I don't drink. I'll have socially, if I go out, I'll have a glass or two, maximum two, of red wine. If I want to drink something, it's going to be something healthy. And everybody knows that red wine is probably the most healthiest alcohol. If you're going to drink alcohol, you should drink. So yeah, I'll have that part go out. I'm retired. I'm not singing professionally anymore. Uh, had a nice long run in the music business. I still sing. I'll go out. Right now, what's really popular, it seems right now, especially here in LA. I live in LA now. I'm from New York originally, but I live in LA now. What seems to be popular now out here is what they call karaoke. 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 As Japanese say, karaoke. That's when amateurs get up and have a backing track. They have what they call a KJ, a karaoke jock, and you will request a particular song, and they would have the backing tracks with the backing vocals on it, and minus the lead vocals, and you all up and sing. So I think American Idol kind of made singing popular in America because now everybody think they can sing. So especially in these bars, after you have a couple of drinks, everybody thinks they're singing. So I go in there anonymously. Nobody knows who I am. I don't. I'm just a customer walking. I'm coming in. I have a drink. I don't sing any Platter songs. I'll sing because I'm actually an R&B singer, so I love R&B and pop. So I know all the songs of today. Not today, but for I'll say from 1960s up to the 2000s. I think the most current song I might have learned was Silk Sonic leave the door open. So that was a year or two ago. So that's the current song I have learned. So I'll play that for you. But I don't sing a lot of this current song. I sing a lot of it. I love the songs from my main song list. The songs from the 70s and 80s and maybe some 90s. But there's a lot of those songs I love singing. So I'll go up and sing something like Al Green. Oh, this is I love. This is I just did this last Sunday. I went out to one of these karaoke bars last Sunday. So and the funny thing about this is one of those bars with mostly non-black people in my hand. So I'm gonna sing a song that I know black people know well, but I didn't think that non-black people would know the song. So I went up in that song, in our Green song. I sung Love and Happiness. It's a good song, and I sing it well. So the intro is more like a little riff on a guitar and a acapella vocals. So it gives you a chance to kind of show off your vocals. So I had followed somebody who went up there and they were singing some 60s song. I forgot one of the birds or somebody. And they can't sing, but they just scooping them out of the ball. And so nobody's paying attention. I walked up on the stage. Nobody really. Everybody's talking and loud and drinking and stuff. And the music said, "Hmm." And I said, love and happiness. Well, something that can make it do wrong, make it do right. And I love, love. You should have saw everybody stop and just was looking at me with this look on their face. What? This dude can sing. And then I start singing the song. And then I normally do this in the black audience when I sing that song. I would say in that first verse, something's going on. Someone's on the phone. And I say to the audience, I say to the black audience, what time is it, y'all? And they say, 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I did that with this crowd. Can you believe those loud black people said, it's 3 o'clock in the morning? I said, oh shit, they know this song. Blew my mind. So I went through the song, sung the whole song. They gave me, show their love. They showed me that they appreciate my singing. And then they would randomly, I went back to my table and got my drink. They would randomly come over to the table and ask me a question. Man, you could sing real good. Who you sing with? Do you sing professionally? All these kind of questions. And because I don't really want to talk about my past so much because I'm not living in the past no more. So I'm going through my share of bragging about, yeah, I used to sing in the Platters. I used to sing with Tony. So I'm not that dude no more. It don't, hold on a minute. It don't excite me to like tell people, yeah, I'm a former member of the Platters. That's it. I just love singing. I love singing. I've been singing since I was a kid, so I just love singing. No, I'm not. I don't sing professionally. I just like singing. And they say, "You blessed, man. You wasted your talent. You could be a star with your voice. You should go out and get a record deal and all this stuff." Now I'm 64 years old now. And the reason I'm saying this is because at this point in Tony Williams' life, his voice was gone. He didn't sound nothing like his old self. And he shouldn't actually have been singing because he was terrible at times. And I'm just being honest. Put it like this: we hardly ever got booked to go back to a place that we performed at. And we sold out these places. But then you could see the disappointment in the audience faces when they actually, because here's the thing: the image in their mind and their heart is the Tony Williams from the 1950s, not the Tony Williams in 1988, 89, 1990. Tony died in 92. So those last few years, he should have just retired and never singing. But greedy people who saw money to be made didn't want to turn down this opportunity. I'm talking about the people that were managing Tony, specifically his wife, Helen, who actually managed the group. But that's another story. I'll talk about that on another video. So this particular video is about the first time I ever went to Japan with the Platters. This was 1987. And it's funny because that tour, back to back, we went to Japan in 19 twice. Once and while I was in the group, once in 1987, and the second time in 1988. So we did two tours. Each time we went on a tour there, we did 3 cities. We did Tokyo, Nagoya, and Osaka. Huh? No. Tokyo. No, the first time we did Tokyo, Yokohama, and Osaka. Right. Tokyo, Yokohama, and Osaka. And the second time was just Tokyo and Osaka. So the first time ever going to Japan, and I'm excited. How old was I then? 1987. I was 26, going on 27 years old. And, you know, never been to Asia before. I was so excited to go to Japan and just experience that whole culture, and seeing Japanese people, just the whole experience of seeing Japan and seeing Japanese people, all that stuff. And you're gonna have to buy the souvenirs. So I wanted to buy the kimono, some Japanese trinkets, and bring presents and bring them back to some of my loved ones, so they would have some stuff. And I remember me and the drummer, who I was a friend of, his name is Joe Ham. We became close friends to this day. We're still close friends. So me and him would hang a lot together because he was closer to my age. And we would do some shopping. We would talk. We learned, man. We'd be pitching us a back. This feel like a dream. This feel like a dream. We in Japan, man. We in fucking Japan, hanging out in Tokyo. Crazy, crazy thing. So the tour kicked off in Tokyo, and then Yokohama is the city right next to Tokyo, and then Osaka is like 3 hours away on a bullet train. So he got a chance to ride on the bullet train too, man, which was cool as fuck. I think the bullet train goes like 150 miles an hour. And because Tokyo, I call it Tokyo. So to me, Tokyo is like a little New York, and Osaka's more like LA. Gives you that kind of vibe. If you're American and you want to compare the cities, that's the kind of vibe I felt, being in both places. And being from New York, I favorite Tokyo over Osaka. Although when I went back with my group, my personal group, Penny Fame and Fortune, we got booked in Osaka for 3 months. So I got a chance to work in Osaka, and I loved it. I loved it. Loved it. Got great stories about that. That's on for another video. We're talking about Tony Williams in Japan right now. So let's talk about that. So one of Tony's biggest problems is he's a functioning alcoholic, meaning he can't do anything without drink, but he can't regulate how much to drink. So he will drink until the drink has consumed him and he's out. And there's a story I have for you. That's the Aruba story, where he had too much to drink and he passed out on stage. That's another story. We'll talk about that another time. But this time, we when the tour was going pretty good. Tokyo went well. Then we went to Osaka. Then we went to Yokohama. Then we went to Nagoya. And while we was in Nagoya, the promoter booked us for another appearance back in Tokyo for our last appearance before we went to New York. And so far, the tour has been good. Tony was singing, all right, passable, nothing bad. And I think the audience was just glad to see that was Tony Williams, because, Tony Williams, Tony Williams. And I'm not sure, but maybe because they don't speak English, and they're polite and nice people, and they probably didn't criticize his performance as much as they would in America. And I got videos on this channel on my playlist that says the Platters, and of us performing live here in America. So you can actually see for yourself. You can judge for yourself from some of those videos that were, and those videos was around the same time, 1988, 1989. Those live performances that I was able to get somebody who captures our performances, and I was able to get a copy of them. Those were 1988 and 89. You go watch those videos and you judge for yourself. And you let me know in the comments. You leave me a comment. You let me know what your opinion of Tony Williams singing was. So you might think I'm being harsh or whatever, but I'll let you judge for yourself. You go check those videos out. You tell me you think the singing was. So that last show we had to do before we came back home, we had to go in Tokyo, which is cool because we had to fly out of Tokyo to come back to America. So now Tony wanted to drink. And this being our last show, the road manager, whose job was to keep Tony cool and make it through this tour, so he was like kind of watering down Tony's drink so they wasn't so strong. And I think because Tony wasn't getting that high that he was normally getting from drinking, he knew something was wrong. So this knew wanted his own drink, and he wanted to get his own drink, and he wanted a bottle. So we thought we could like get through this last. He said, so the romance said, "No, nah, Tony, you're not drinking tonight, man. It's our last show, man. Let's get the show and get up." Tony said, "The hell with that. If I'm not drinking, I'm not going on that stage." We're like, Tony, come on, man. He said, "Nope, I'm not drinking. I'm not going on that stage." And we try to reason with him. The romance try to reason with him. Now it's 5 minutes before showtime. We're about to go on stage. Tony refused to go on a freaking stage. So the club owner comes to the dressing room. Hey, what's going on? You're supposed to be on stage now. Let's go, let's go. So the real manager said, Yucca, what we're gonna do, you guys go on stage and do your set. Because what we do when we're on tour and we're the only group, and there's not another group on tour with us, we'll do like an hour, 15 hour, 20-minute show. So now each member of the group gets to sing a solo song. So like, for example, Helen, Tony's wife, the female group, she would sing With This Ring. Ricky, the baritone, he would sing like I Love You 1,000 Times. And I would sing Wash the Shore. These are all Platters songs. And the bass singer would sing Besame Mucho, which we should have recorded. It's not a Platters song, but we should have recorded. He sang the hell out of that song. So we thought we'll sing those songs, and Tony changed his mind, but he wouldn't. So, make a long story short, they finally had to give this sucker, because the audience is impatient. We all sung our song, and the audience patient. We want Tony, Tony, we want Tony, Tony, because we ain't singing none of the hits. We ain't singing Only You, Smoke Gets in Your Way, because that's Tony's songs. Like I said, he wouldn't come out without a thing. So eventually, we had to give in. But we had to wait till he got his buzz. So he had to hit that monitor. So he got this high on. So we let him. They did it. We came out to it. So now he feel himself. Now he's gonna come out. And let me tell you something. I have not. Well, I have. I felt I have been embarrassed a few times on stage. But this particular night, I was really embarrassed because he had a point to prove for us doing what we do. So now he's out there getting on us on the stage in front of these people for him not getting his drink. And he's halfway singing now. So he ain't even singing, but and he ain't even trying to sing. He's like whispering, singing, talking, singing. It was the worst show of the whole tour. And you can see the disappointment in the audience face, and you can see the disappointment in the club owner's face. And we could feel the energy. The applause was light. The applause was heavier for us individually doing our solo stuff as it was when we did the Platter stuff. And you could just feel the disappointment, and it was sad. And I was embarrassed and unhappy. You know, I wasn't that good for 10 years. The first couple of years were very wonderful and exciting because it was all new to me. But after 6 years. I was just there because that was my opportunity to travel around the world and get paid and live this lifestyle as an entertainer in a famous group, even though the leader was less than fabulous. That's being nice. There was a lot of good times. I'm not gonna lie. I can tell you stories about times where we had some really good shows and the people loved us. But there was a lot of bad times. There was a lot of bad times, I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of times where it was very what very disappointing, very shameful, and very embarrassing when you look at the people's faces showing their disappointment in the performances that they were seeing. So those latter years were rough, but I'll tell you this. Regardless of anything I say, my life wouldn't be what it is today if I never became a member of that group. So I owe that group whatever I am today. And so that's the end of the story. So after that show, we got out of Japan. And it's funny because we got booked to come back the next year from a different agent, different clubs, same cities, but different places. And that was the following year. And each year, as the years were going along and getting later in years, Tony's performance was was going like this, getting less and less proficient, getting worse, getting worse. Um, by the time he was leaving this life, it was hard to be on that stage. I got stories about that. So I'm gonna be talking about this stuff. Um, it's easy to talk about this stuff now because everyone that was involved are no longer alive anymore. So it's not shaming anybody or nobody has to walk around feeling shameful for what I'm saying. I kept these stories to myself for years. And only people close to me that I shared these stories with. I've never shared any of these stories, and I'm saying right now, with the public at large. Sorry about that. There's always some. I live downtown LA, so there's a lot of that stuff going on. So I never shared these stories with the public at large. So these stories you hearing me talk about now, that you guys are listening to, these are first time stories that most people never know, and especially if you weren't there to see these shows. So I'm going to tell you about the good, bad, and ugly, as they say. And I'm going to be honest with all my videos. So this particular one was about the Japan tour in '87. '88 wasn't that much better, but like I said, each year Tony's voice was getting worse and worse. We just learned to cover up more and more for Tony's deficiencies as the years go by, because his health was getting worse. Tony was in the hospital. Tony had to go to the hospital at least. It seemed like after every tour, he was in the hospital for like a week or so, being detox or whatever they was doing to him. And I knew it. You could tell by 1990. I knew Tony didn't have long on this planet with us. I can just see it. I've been with this man by his side. I'm the guy in the middle. Tony's on the end. If you see us on the line on stage, Tony's at the far right. Helen is next to him. I'm the tall guy in the middle, the tall young guy in the middle, second tenor, and then the baritone next to me, and then the bass singer, and that's the baritone. So that was the lineup for 10 years. So I'm always in the middle, always in the middle on any of those videos. Just go to my playlist, get any of those little platters, and you'll see me in the middle. I had some hair then, but that was years and years ago. What are we talking about? 30, 35 years, 40 years ago? And like I said, all those people are no longer with us anymore. So I don't feel so bad sharing these stories because I'm not embarrassing anybody. And I want to tell my truth. I want people to know this is and these are more of my stories because I'm the one who had to live this story. So I'm not talking about somebody else. I'm talking about I'm experiencing this. I'm there. I'm part of that circus or that thing. So I don't feel so bad talking about myself and the things that happen with being a part of the Platters, being a part of Tony Williams Platters. And a lot of stories. So I got 10 years worth. So the 88 Japan tour was shorter. I think that was only 10 days. And no, it wasn't even 10 days. I think that was 7 days. That was Christmas holidays. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, we left Japan on Christmas morning. And we got back to America on Christmas morning because Japan is like a day ahead. So that was crazy. That was crazy. That was really crazy. That was crazy. We travel all over the world. And I'm going to tell you about all the different countries that we went to, different people we met and experienced, and the things that happened on those tours. So I just told you about the Japan tour, 1987, 1988. And go back and rewatch the video for those who's coming in late and didn't hear it. And you can hear everything that happened on that 87, 88 tour in Japan. So my next video, which will be Monday, I'm trying to go on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So the next video on Monday is going to be the Aruba tour, 1980. I think it was 87 or 86. Same year. It was the same year or 86. It was the year that Sugar Ray Leonard fought Marvin Hagler because we watched it on closed circuit at the hotel in Aruba. I gotta go back. I think it was 87 too. It was 87. Yeah, that was a good year. The middle 80s was a busy time for us because this whole rock and roll revival thing going on. So we was booked all over. We were constantly on the road touring. Great time, great time. For a young dude like me in my mid-20s, oh man, I can't even tell you how much fun I had and all that stuff. But that's another time. So I'm just going to end with this, just so you guys understand that I had a great musical career and a great life with the Platters, many years of memories. And I'm doing well. I'm doing good. I'm happy. And I have a new career now. I'm an actor. I'm doing commercials now. I just did an audition for, what was that commercial? What was that commercial for? For same day delivery service. I'm supposed to play a grandpa, so I got my little bag on now. I'm playing a get these older parts because I'm an older man now. So it's not a lot of competition for those older roles. So I'm doing commercials. I do a lot of background work, but right now we're on strike, so there's not really a lot of work going on. You can do commercials because they don't have anything to do with the writers, but those are far and few in between. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm acting, and I'm happy, and I'm healthy, and I plan on being around for a little bit longer, for a few more years. So I'm here to, for all you Platters fans out there who are interested in hearing stories now, because y'all know all the music, probably got this all the videos of the old Platters. So I'm gonna tell you all the behind the scenes stories. At least about the last 10 years. I can only talk about the 10 years that I was with Tony, from 1982 to 1992. Anything before that, it's just speculation on my part because I wasn't there. And there's just hearsay and secondhand information because I wasn't there. So I really don't want to talk about stuff that I wasn't privy to. I wasn't there. So I'm not going to really speak on anything before 1982. So everything I talk about, the Platters, Tony Williams Platters, is from 1982 to the year he died, 1992. So like I said, the next video that I'm going to release, that I'm going to go live on Monday. So I will let you guys know ahead of time. I will post the thing, let you guys know. So please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. So when I do post the video or post a notice video, you'll be notified. And let other Platters fans know that there's a Platter alive, a replacement of Tony Williams Platters member, the last surviving member of Tony Williams Platters that's here, that's talking about Ted E. Fame. And the receipts are on my video, on my channel. Just look on the playlist on the Platters, and you'll see me clear as day singing right with Tony, standing right next to Tony. So you know that it's authentic. That I used to sing in the Platters with Tony and Tony Williams Platters. So I'm going to end this video right now. So for the people who were able to stop by and watch, thank you for joining me. And the people who want to watch this after I upload it, please join me on the next live. And if you have any questions in the future, please leave a comment in the comment section and I'll answer it. Okay? So I'm gonna leave now, and so until next time, peace. Teddy Fame. One love.